Assalamualaikum. We are from C8. We will be presenting about the incident that occurred at Petronas Oil and Gas Complex in Johor for our health, safety, and environment assignments. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, on April 12th, at around 1:25 a.m., there was a fire and explosion at the Petronas Oil and Gas uh, complex in Johor, Malaysia. Two security guard, one aged 28 and the other 30, got injured during the incident. The main reason for this explosion was a gas tank leak. The good news is that Protonus act quickly. They had an emergency response team on site and they managed to control the fire in just 30 minutes. And those two injured security guards got some medical treatment. However, more than 10 houses in the nearby area were damaged as a result of the explosion. And I will pass to Nisa.
Okay, so I will continue for the event. From the recent report, everything seems to be under control and the authorities have been alert. They're looking into what exactly caused this explosion. Initial reports are suggesting that with better safety precautions, this incident might have been prevented. So in situations like this, it's really important to look at how well the emergency response went. Petronas did a good job in containing the fire swiftly, but further checks are needed to make sure their emergency procedures and management arrangements were adequate. So I will pass this to Hanan for potential consequences.
Thank you, Nisa. So moving on to potential consequences, the worst outcome of the explosion would be the loss of life. What prevented the worst from happening is the Petronas staff's quick emergency response alongside reporting to the authorities. The potential for such an explosion to happen again would be less likely if Petronas were to implement a change in their facility regulations, such as opting for new risk assessment, having daily maintenance and inspection to prevent accidents, and the training of their workers to build a strong safety culture. The potential severity of the explosion would be the massive loss of life among the workers at the facility, and the polluting of air by toxic chemicals, which could lead to a health crisis, such as the respiratory damage. Alongside the destruction of multiple houses infrastructure within the vicinity of the refinery. The potential population that could be affected by the explosion would be the workers and on-site personnel at the refinery, and also the broad nearby community, such as the nearby residential areas, because of the given distance and the close proximity to the facility. Now I will pass on to Nelsia for recommendations.
I'll talk about recommendations. Safety and in the oil and gas industry is essential to avoid accidents. It's necessary to comply with rules and follow simple recommendations. The main recommendations to avoid accidents are use of personal safety equipment such as safety helmets, gloves, eye protection, safety footwear, safety harness, and respiratory protective equipment. Adoption of safety standards, correct storage of materials, carrying out periodic inspection and maintenance, employee awareness, and fire detection and extinguish systems. I'll pass for
law, acts, and regulations. The Workplace Act and regulations related to the incident is the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 OSHA, Factories and Machineries Act 1967, and Petroleum Safety Measures Act 1984. the employer responsibilities, which in this case is Petronas, is to provide a safe work environment, comply with workplace safety regulations, and maintain an emergency response plan and train team. For the employee side of responsibilities, which were the security guards and workers, they would have to follow safety rules and procedures, report unsafe conditions or hazards, and follow emergency response procedures. That's all.
That is all from us, from Group 8, C8. Thank you.
Yay.